Peace and prosperity. This is Esaia Mystic coming to you with another message to help you free your heart and soul. Right now, I'm talking about Virgo and Scorpio relationships, specifically intimate relationships, and the dark side of them. So, Scorpio and Virgo in an intimate relationship, the dark side can be like two enemies, but they're in love with each other. They can hate each other, but still be so drawn to each other. And this is the dark aspects of a Scorpio and Virgo dynamic. Scorpio and Virgo in a relationship is something that they both come into feeling like it's perfect, right? They both come into the relationship feeling like they've hit the lottery. They've hit the jackpot. This is the one. Oh my gosh. Been praying for this person and now they're here. And so the beginning, it will be like, finally somebody who sees me, who gets me. Virgo has this ability to really understand and delve into Scorpio's mind. And Scorpio has the ability to really just emotionally be stable for Virgo, because Scorpio is very emotionally stable and grounded. So Virgo is not very emotionally stable or grounded. They're practically grounded, but emotionally they can be a little immature. So Scorpio definitely brings that emotional maturity and is able to show Virgo what it means to be loyal on a soul level. So not like a naive, gullible kind of like loyalty like fire signs carry, but like a soul loyalty that honors the aspects of who you are as a person and honors the aspects of who you're capable of becoming also. So Scorpio is going to be loyal, very, very loyal to Virgo, but also not play no games. They're not going to be like retardedly loyal. They're going to be loyal and want you to get better in their loyalty, in their being loyal to you. They're going to want you to see who you are, essentially. See your character. Be aware of yourself. And this is the epitome of why Virgo loves Scorpio so much and why Virgo wants to stay with Scorpio, because Virgo wants to get better. Virgo wants to be, they're perfectionists. They're overachievers. And they spend their whole life criticizing and being annoyed with people who don't live up to their potential and settle for mediocrity. And so when they run into Scorpio, they're like, finally, somebody who is not okay with mediocrity. Somebody who is not bougie like me, but they are high class. Like they're very particular. So this is a Scorpio in its Phoenix state, and Virgo in its angelic state is bringing to Scorpio this understanding of the particulars, this understanding of all of the details that created the whole. Like Virgo and Scorpio coming together in an intimate relationship, Scorpio is going to be so glad that they finally have met someone that values the little things and values the small gestures, the small things in life. You know, Scorpio picks up on so much information and so much energy, and it can get to a point where Scorpio will feel like isolated because it feels like nobody else in the world matches their level of intellect or matches their level of intuition. And Virgo does. Virgo, in a way, Virgo does. Virgo picks up on the same cues. Virgo picks up on the same, energy. They may respond to it differently, but they pick up on it. So this is something Scorpio is like, finally, I'm not crazy. Somebody else sees these things. Somebody else gets it. So this is a really great thing that draws Scorpio and Virgo together and is what keeps them together for some time. And the dark side of this intimate relationship comes out when Virgo wants to be perfect without going deep, and Scorpio wants to be deep without being practically aware of things. So this is where these two can go from once being so smitten and enamored by each other into being extremely annoyed, and I say extreme because it is extreme. It's like they go from being extremely enamored to being extremely annoyed, extremely put off. I mean, Scorpio gets to this place where they will start to see what is psychologically wrong with Virgo. In other words, they will start to see like their wounds, like their deep wounds. And Scorpio is going to want to bring Virgo there to heal that. And Virgo, if they are in this state of perfection and everything has to be perfect, Virgo is going to resist that. And Virgo is going to, that's when Virgo starts getting all critical and criticizing of their Scorpio partner. So now Virgo is like, hold up, like, who's this person? Why are they putting me through all this drama? I just want things to be like this. Why can't they just be like this? Like, in this, that's the earthiness. You okay? You're choking on the milk. So that's the earthiness of Virgo that wants everything to just kind of be simple. Virgo wants everything to be simple. Like, this can simply just be like this. So why aren't we just doing it like this? Like, you're being dramatic. You're blowing up stuff that isn't necessary for you to blow up. But Scorpio's like, no, we have to blow this up, because if we don't blow this up and deal with this is gonna be a liability. So Scorpio's thinking about the energy at play here. the energy at play here, like Scorpio's like, I know that this is gonna happen again. Like, this thing that you talking about is not important. This is gonna show up again, so we have to deal with this. We have to work it out. We have to work like through this thing. And Virgo's gonna be like, that's stupid. Like, why do we do this? So that's where the dark side begins, is where like this resistance goes on, where like Virgo just wants their world to be the way it is, and Scorpio is like, no, we have to transform. We have to evolve on a soul level. We can't just get better, and like these psychological things are important. And so Virgo's gonna be like feeling like that's a waste of time. So that's where the dark side begins, and it can get, if these two continue to focus on things that are making them feel uncomfortable, making them feel bad, making them feel negative, if these two focus on negative things. She fell off her scooter. Poor baby. Olay was just looking at her like, I hope you're okay. So if these two focus on the negativity of their relationship, meaning like they just keep focusing on the things that are bothering them, and they don't choose to focus on what they agree on. So this is the thing here. Focusing on what they actually agree on and what actually brings them together, and letting go of any of the other stuff they were focusing on, that's gonna be the thing that is able to keep them together in their relationship. So they'll have to detach in a way and allow their relationship to evolve, because remember, whenever things get negative in a relationship, that means it's time for the relationship to evolve. That means it's time for the relationship to change, the dynamic to change. Something needs to change when you start having negative things going on in an intimate relationship, even in just a regular relationship. So the dynamic now needs to change, and it needs to change in a way that their focus that they have on in their relationship is on what they actually agree on. So Virgo needs to stop focusing on what they wish things could be like and how they can make things into what they want it to be, because if Scorpio does not want to do that without prerequisites and whatever, it's just not gonna happen. So there's your frustration, number one. And then for Scorpio, if you're gonna keep trying to make Virgo do some kind of psychological surgery that they obviously don't care about doing, you're wasting your time. People will essentially evolve and get better when they want to, and when their own spirit is guiding them to. I hope you guys can hear me good. But this is what's going to allow their relationship to flourish, by focusing on what they agree on. So if they agree on, say they have children and they agree on, maybe values that their children should be raised with, then focus on that. If they agree on, the way one of them, I don't know, if they just agree on whatever it is you agree, it can be values, it can be habits, it can be whatever it is they agree on. Focus on that. So what makes them able to really and truly evolve from being in a dark space with each other and, you know, developing a hate for each other, because they can get to a place where they blame each other for so much. And relationships can be like that, but Scorpio and Virgo, they can get to a place where they just blame each other for everything. Like, whatever Scorpio did, it was because Virgo did something, and whatever Virgo did, it was because Scorpio did something. So you need to understand that anytime you blame somebody, or you have this kind of it's your fault mentality and you're holding on to it, it's one thing to be aware of when something was obviously someone's fault, or somebody obviously caused a situation to happen or whatever because of the way they're reacting, because of their energy, the way they're responding. That's one thing. But when you hold it and you focus on it, you are holding hate for that person, and you're holding this kind of hatred for each other. So this never leads to anything good, and I personally believe this is the kind of energy that leads to like violent situations happening within relationships. One person is holding a frequency of hate vibrationally, and the other person is holding a frequency of hate, and understand, like, this hate is also a self-hate, because you're angry at yourself because of, you know, what you could have did better, or but you're subconsciously projecting it, right? So like I said, it's one thing to be aware and then make a decision based off of your awareness. It's another thing to hold this frequency of blame, shame, guilt, hate. So you want to release that, and that's ultimately what creates these enemies. Oh, let me get some kombucha. It's ultimately what creates this enemy and love kind of dynamic. Like, these are two people who their desire is to be with each other, because they remember the initial feeling of the, oh my gosh, this God sent me this person is so perfect, this person is so great. They're holding that memory, and so that's what keeps them in love, and that's what keeps them there. But it's because it's time for the relationship to evolve. I was thirsty. Okay, because it's time for that relationship to evolve, and they're not allowing the change, they're not allowing what's ready to shift, this is what makes them enemies. So to stay away from this frequency, and also keep it from, you know, going south. Shift your focus on to what actually harmonizes you two, and forgive. Like, let go, forgive, and learn from what it was that put you to in this emotionally tumultuous situation. Learn from that. Learn from what put you in this situation, because, you know, you don't want to repeat the cycle. You don't want to go through this again, or hold this same vibration within your relationship. You want to learn, you want to grow, So Scorpio, instead of projecting this psychological healing and growth onto your partner, which is Virgo, and seeing all of their psychological illnesses, turn that energy inward and do that for yourself. Do that for yourself, because you attracted those traits within that person. You attracted that person who had those traits, even though they're a Virgo. And Virgo, all the things you wish Scorpio was doing and the way you wish things would be, just take on those characteristics. You take on those traits. You be that person that you are desiring in this other being, you know, these perfect traits that don't really exist, but they can exist if you were to put your focus and your energy on those things that are within you. So if they're acting a certain way or they're being a certain way and you wish that you had another kind of energy in your life, then take on that energy. So yeah, long story short, love yourself. Okay, that's all I have to say. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time I release a video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.